Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Talona and welcome back to my second episode of Zero to Hero. Today, we'll be picking up where the first video left off after that failed key. In this video, we'll be starting with some delve rewards and hopefully some timed keys. So I hope you guys enjoy and let's get into the video. Okay, our first completed delve. We got some boots, which are 603, which is 39 item levels upgrade. Our second completed delve gave us a 603 necklace, which gives us 62 item levels. So after completing 2 delves, I decided to try another Mythic Plus and see how it goes. Wish me luck. I start off with smaller pulls. Normally tanks and higher keys will pull the whole corridor, but I'm nowhere near geared enough for that. The main thing you have to worry about with this pack are the interrupts. There are a few casts going off at the moment, but other than that the interrupts seem to be fairly decent. So first pull was quite successful, no deaths yet. So approaching the first boss, there's a few things to look out for. First, he places swirlies on the floor, get out with them. Swirlies turn into rocks. Do not enter the circle where the rocks are, it will do a lot of damage and you'll probably die. The last main tactic to look out for is the boss will place a red arrow on each player and the player has to try and aim the arrow onto the rock to get rid of the rocks. If there are any rocks still up when the boss casts Earth Shatter, he will destroy the rocks and cause massive AoE damage to your group. I didn't actually destroy any rocks with my red arrow, but I probably should have, as it would have helped the healer up quite a bit.
Protocol activated. Offensive measures engaged. Dominant intruder identified. Seismic protocol activated. Offensive measures engaged. Engaging offensive protocols.
If you watch the warrior, that's a prime example of what the rocks can do to you. The warrior fails to move out of the swirly and then they try and charge the boss running through one of the rocks. That's the first boss down, a few mistakes but they happen, 1 casualty. But the main thing is the boss is down and we can carry on. So at this point of the dungeon I was really optimistic that we were going to time this key. As the first boss was quite smooth, the healing was quite good, DPS seems to be getting the ads down quite well, and I seem to be holding aggro. On this pull it seems to go quite smooth to start off with, but unfortunately the second pack gets pulled and we die. And then the healer loses connection. I don't know what happened, I don't know whether it's a genuine DC or if 1 wipe was enough for him and he got F4'd. So unfortunately that was the end of that key, as we couldn't have carried on without a healer. So after that failed Mythic Plus, I decided to go back to use my last key for a delve. This delve rewarded me with 603 legs, which was a 49 item level upgrade. And I also got a 610 trinket from this delve. Now I have no more delve keys, I decided to apply for another +2. Wish me luck.
We'll drive this scum from the city before high tide.
I must get closer. Too far away.
Like the last Mythic Plus, the first pull went very well. The first boss of this dungeon is quite straightforward. The first thing to look out for is ads periodically spawn. The second thing, the boss will fixate on a random player. When the boss is fixated on you, you need to run. Don't let him touch you. After a few seconds you'll see some blue swirlies start to spawn. Some of those blue swirlies become a bomb. Now as the fixated player you have to run the boss into the bomb. And finally the boss will pull every player into him and you have to get away from the swirly. That's the first boss down with no issues. Right guys, second boss, really easy. Damage boss, kill 3 ads, shoot the cannon, at the boss comes back, rinse and repeat. The hardest part about the boss fight is dodging the swells on the floor, and if you can master all that, you're good to go.
I'm tired of this! All cannons, fire! Clear the deck!
Do you see? A stone.
All hands, attack! All cannons, fire! Clear the deck!
And that's the second boss down.
Uncharted waters.
For the second boss, guess what you have to do? Avoid swirlies, but that's not everything. The boss will do a frontal cone on the tank which the tank has to avoid. The boss will also summon walls of water which will move from one side of the room to the other. You can use the statue in the middle to line of sight it.
Do you see it? A stone to call forth the darkness.
That's the third boss dead, on to the last.
All who oppose
So the last boss has a few tactics to look out for. So it has 3 platforms. Each platform will have a Demolisher Tentacle and a Gripping Tentacle. You would always want to destroy a Demolisher Tentacle first, with the tank staying in melee range with Demolisher Tentacle at all times. Once the Demolisher Tentacle is dead, everyone head to the Gripping Tentacle. The main thing to look out for while fighting this boss is the damage over time called Putrid Waters. It displays with a circle at the bottom of your feet. It can be dispelled by anyone with a magic dispelling ability. And when all this is going on, you have to avoid the swirlies. And finally, on every platform, when the tentacles die, the cannon in the middle of the platform will be ready to be shot at the boss.
Get this cannon prepped for some payback. Ready to fire! Let this beast eat me! Get this thing off me! I owe you one. Just give me a second to get this cannon working. Ready to fire! You have my hat. Now I'll get this cannon prepped for some payback.
Do you see it?
Ready to fire!
And with the third and final shot, we have killed the boss and completed the dungeon. And we have timed our very first key, giving us 176 rating. And unfortunately no loot for us, but at least we did time the key in the end. After my first completed key, I wanted to get straight back into it. This time I wanted to try out my Ara-kara +2 again. I always get really bad luck in this dungeon. I don't know what it is about it, especially the last boss, but I do feel quite confident in this group, and I hope this time is different. So this is where all the issues started. Everything was going absolutely fine up to this part. This boss is an absolute menace to society. And if you could only learn one thing from me, if you're doing Ara-kara, please, please, please kill the blood workers. They drop a purple pool on the floor, and if you stand in it, it will stop you getting sucked in by the boss's big AoE. I am not by any means a toxic player. I did try my hardest to try and teach them how to do the boss.
Do you see a stone?
But finally, after a few attempts, they figured out what to do.
Away.
But I'm guessing because it took so many attempts to get to where we were, they must have forgot how to get out of the route. I did explain it previously for them.
Do you see? A stone to call forth the darkness. A stone to call forth the darkness.
After a few more attempts, I was feeling really good. We've got this now, surely. And no, we didn't have this, someone left.
Do you see it? A stone to call forth the darkness. The harvest continues.
So after that wipe, we're all discussing how we'll try and 4-man it, but that probably would have gone down as well as you guys would have thought. Although I am surprised everyone managed to stick it out this long. We were stuck on this boss altogether for over 20 minutes, and after our discussion of trying to 4-man it, the healer leaves. Rip my Ara-kara +2 key again. This challenge is a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be. Although it wasn't all bad, I was invited to a +2 stone vault by my new warrior friend, which you'll see in the next video. Thank you guys for watching my second episode of Zero to Hero, and hopefully in the next episode we time some more keys, and I hope that stone vault goes better than this Ara-kara. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when the next episode comes out.